Right, so seeing the forest for the trees. I guess this is based on a lecture that I actually had given when I was a teenager and was republished in Applied Druidology if and when we actually put that out in print in its entirety. So the Ovate seeks to understand the significance of trees, obviously. During this level of training, he receives a general education program in trees. The Druids viewed trees as a powerful link between earth and sky. Considering photosynthesis, they equally represented a link between the sun and the land, and the exchange of energy between them. Keep in mind that the trees are a central icon of Druidry. In fact, we know that the Druids got their name in imitation of the oak tree, at least we believe so. And the apple tree was sacred to Avalon. This dedication to nature can manifest into an apprenticeship with tree spirits. And it's from this animistic belief that there are spirits inhabiting trees that the Druids developed an image of the animate tree, the Ent, or Dryad, and these spirits are said to have manifested for dedicated initiates. Just as the Druids believed that all the gods are one god, and that all the elements of nature exist as part of one stream of Akasha, all the trees are essentially part of the same world tree, and just with different personalities or attributes, just as we are all one, but we're separated with our different personalities and attributes. Over thousands of years of compilations of Druidic lore, there are forest keys, similar to the way that the bards explore the elements and the elemental keys. And the Druids progressed in their tree magic after the Battle of the Trees of Britain, or the Cad Cadeau. The Druids recognized that each species of tree has its own individual correspondences and aspects that are categorized in key format for the Ovydd to experiment with. By keys, I mean what some would refer to as ritual correspondences, magical correspondences. Using these tree keys in correlation with understanding the elemental energies found in the environment around the tree, the combination of such is how the Ovydd will determine the energies of a given tree or area. So the power or energetic resonance qualities of a tree is combined with both the species of the tree itself and also the location or the area around it. A perfect example of this would be wine and grapes on the vine. In certain vineyards, the names given to different wines is actually from the same species of grape, but one grouping would be like at the top of a hill, and another grouping would be at the bottom of the hill, and somehow, or one might be more in the shade, but these different conditions, even though it's the same species, they would give different names to the wines that were produced from the grapes from these different locations, because somehow they were different. I'm not a wine connoisseur myself, so I don't understand all that, but somehow they were different, and so they would get these fancy like French names, which really would mean like, you know, at the bottom of the hill or whatever. That's just an example of that, how the two can interrelate with each other. People who are born, you know, into an industrial worldview, they take, or can take, the green world, or even the elemental kingdoms, for granted. Very few stop to notice that the green world operates on a different vibrational frequency than the world as we see and experience it from within urban society. And these high frequency vibrations are considered subtle by metaphysicists because they are of a nature not easily recognizable and technically at a lower time frame than what we see in ours. Because the peaks are not as high. That's a math thing about frequency and time and physics and whatnot, but just understand that to work with nature, we must kind of lower the pace at which we're operating from what we're used to in this physical world that we subject ourselves to every day. Okay, so when the Druids looked at nature, they saw unlimited power as well as the possibility of unlimited longevity if properly maintained or even left unhindered. Though they learned how to exercise a degree of control in the ways of nature, the Druids equally adopted a way of leaving nature to her ways, and their methods of control were not destructive. They viewed the energy of trees as also unlimited, but they realized quickly that they could not tap into tree currents in the same manner as the elemental energies. So, while elemental energies operate at a higher frequency, the physical nature of trees exists at a slower vibration in human perception.